Hello everyone. In this session, we will try to understand what is Kubernetes ConfigMap or Kubernetes ConfigMaps. So any application once you deploy in any of the environment, you consider the development environment or production environment, the configurations are very important. So how you configure the application. So for example, when your application is consuming any third party services, the third party URL and third party the client IDs and secret IDs, how do you store in the deployed application is very important. So here comes with the config maps, which is easy for us to store your config map configuration details in the config maps. So before starting the session, we'll just go to the definition of the config map. The config map is an API object. It's used to store non-confidential configuration. The non-confidential configuration in the sense it may be API URLs, or it may be any kind of the data, any kind of data, not secret data. The secret data, it comes with the passwords and secret IDs which you can't disclose to the end users or the developers and all. So this is non-confidential data. That means it may be a usernames, or it may be the API URLs, so or token URLs or any kind of URLs. Those we can consider it as a non-confidential data. So those non-confidential data we are storing in a key value pairs in a config map for the configuration purpose of the Kubernetes. That's the definition of the what is config map. In theoretically, if we explain the clearly here, we have three environments. One is testing environment, development environment, and production environment. You consider any environment whenever you are configuring any configuration data of the application. That configuration, it will be different within each environment, right? Say for example, in the production you are using the production API.com. So in the production you can't use a dummy API.com. So dummy API.com we can use it in the lower environment. So for example, your development environment application, it is consuming this API services which is dummy API. That dummy API you can't keep it for the production environment. So configurations are different. So here it comes with the config maps, which is helpful us to dynamically we can configure the environments based upon our requirement. So when your container is running, even your Docker container is running, that time you no need to redeploy your application. You no need to change any configuration in the Docker image and all. Rather, in a running container itself, you can change the API URLs. So in each environment, you can change the configuration. So that will make our life easy. So in the any kind of deployed application, the practically, if you say, there are two things we have. Okay, one is declarative model of creating the config map, another one is imperative model of creating the config maps. If you see what is the declarative model and what is the imperative model, how we can create the config maps. So for example, why we are calling a declarative model, we are declaring our requirements in a YAML file. That we call it as a declarative model. Here in the declarative model, we are defining the API version, which version of API we are using, and what is the kind. In the previous session also I explained what is the kind, what kind of object we are defining here. So here we are defining the config map for any configuration changes we are defining here, not the secrets. The secrets are different. And here the metadata information, the name of the config map, here it will show you. And we have the data, right? The data, what is the data? It is a key value. This is a key and this is a value. This is the key and this is the value. So declarative model, how to create, we will see first, then we can go to imperative model, or we can see the imperative model also first. Okay, so how do you create a imperative model? Imperative model is you are defining your key values while running the commands itself. For example, here this is an imperative model command. So I am creating the config map. The config map is kubectl create config map. This is the config map name, and from literal you need to mention, and this is the key and this is the value. So if I click enter, this should create your imperative model, right? And this, if you go with an imperative model, if somebody is changing any key value pair, you will not come to know who has changed. But if you are going with a declarative model via YAML, if some that you checked into the your repository, if somebody is changing, and you will come to know with the history who changed what configurations and all. That is the usage of the declarative model, the main usage. Here if you see, we have created a config map of test map 1 with the literal and with the key value. And if you see, there is a command where you can get the config maps. If you see kubectl and get cm is nothing but the config map. When you click enter, it will give you the get config map value, it will give. So if you click enter, it will give you the details of the config map. See here, whatever the config map we created, this is the test config map we have created, right? So this is the test map 1 we have created, right? So now how to create with, so when you say here kubectl get cm, that is config maps, it has given the config map, okay? But and if you want to see what is the data, it is there, it is the data, it is we have stored only one, because we have given one key value, short name equal to aos something, okay? When you describe the same thing, when you describe instead of get cm, when you say describe config map and test map 1, so that should display the test map 1 which is created under the prod namespace and the data, right? The data, if you see, short name and AOS. This is the imperative model. Now coming to the declarative model. The declarative model is defining your config maps data inside an YAML. The YAML file name is config map file, your version which I explained already. So this is the data. Here we have three data: API, dummyapi.com, key 2, value 2, key 3, value 3. This is just some example list I have given. So now go point to the file path where that file is exist. It is under this folder, that file is exist. And you can just, how we have created the pods and all, the same way we can just apply. When you say apply, it will just apply the config map data. kubectl apply -f config map.yaml. If you just enter, see, example config got created. Example config is nothing but this is the config file name, example config, right? So if you get the config details, again kubectl get cm config maps. So some spelling mistake, kubectl, yeah. See now example config, whatever the declarative model I mentioned here in the YAML file config map, so that it's got created. There are three data we have, right? So we have defined there are three data: dummy key, API, key 2 and key 3. And if you describe the same thing, if you describe same example -config, example-config, it should give the three values. If you see here, example config, whatever we created, the config map, API, dummy API.1, key 2, value 2, key 3 and value 3, whatever we have defined in our YAML file. Okay, so now our next job is to map these configuration values, whatever we defined in the YAML file, and we created as a config maps inside a Kubernetes. Our next job is to map these configuration files to the pod. The pod in the sense where your Docker container is running. So that we will see practically in the next session. Thank you. If you have any questions, feel free to post it in the comment section. Thank you.